We're all familiar with tablets today, with technology being the way it is. The famous question is asked, why was it that God gave the Torah, the Ten Commandments, to the Jews with 2 tablets and not just 1? And the famous answer is given. God said to the Jews, would you like my Torah? And we said, how much does it cost? And God said, it's free. We said, in that case, we'll take 2. Now, for some of us, when it comes to receiving the Torah, we want to have an amazing Shavuot, an amazing reception of the Torah this year. And we have other reasons for wanting to receive the Torah. Today I want to tell you a few things that we need to work on in order to succeed and having a maximum portion in the Torah. The Gemara in Sota on page 5a tells us, learn from your Maker. Learn from the Holy One, blessed be He. And from Him you will learn how to behave. Hashem chose to give the Torah on Mount Sinai. And He disregarded all of the other mountains because they were tall or they were wide. And therefore they didn't express humility. Whereas Mount Sinai was the epitome of lowliness and humility. The question is asked, Pirkei Avos starts off, Moshe kibol Torah miSinai. Moshe received the Torah from Sinai. Wouldn't it be more appropriate to say Moshe received the Torah from God, from Hashem? Why from Sinai? So Rav David Pardo explains in his commentary to Pirkei Avos that it's not telling us that Moshe received the Torah from Sinai. Sinai gave him the Torah, but rather he received it. He learnt the lesson from the humility of Sinai. That's what we need in order to receive the Torah. The famous Orach Chaim HaKadosh, Reb Chaim ben Attar, tells us 3 ingredients that we need in order to receive the Torah, which are all part of the build-up of the Torah. In the Pasuk, in Shemot, Perek Yutet Pasuk Beis, chapter 19, verse 2, it tells us, Vayisu meRefidim. The Jewish people traveled from Refidim, a place, seemingly the name of a place. It says, Vayavo Midbar Sinai, and we came to the Sinai desert. Vayachanu bamidbar, we camped in the desert. Vayichen Sham Yisrael Keneged Ahar. And the Jewish people camped there opposite the mountain. Says the Orach Chaim HaKadosh, he asks a few questions. Why does it say, first of all, and they traveled from Refidim? We already know they were in Refidim. It says, from here we learn that in order to acquire the Torah, you have to have motivation and passion. Refidim can be read as Rafui Yadayim, a weakness of hands. When we are just feeling a little bit lazy, as some of us do, maybe I'm just speaking for myself, when we're feeling lazy, we don't achieve in whatever area it is in life. But when we have passion and motivation in our learning of Torah, we will succeed much more. Says the Orach Chaim, therefore, we need passion and motivation to learn and to receive the Torah. Second thing is, it mentions that we camped in the Sinai, we camped in the desert. Why does it tell us? It says we came to the Sinai desert. Why does it have to tell us we camped there? Obviously we camped there. So as it comes to teach us that we camped in Sinai. We camped like Sinai, which was the humble mountain that we mentioned earlier on. The Orach Chaim therefore echoes the same words that we said earlier, that in order to receive the Torah, we have to have humility. The third quality that we need in order to receive the Torah is said at the end of the Pasuk. It says, Vayichen Sham Yisrael. The Jewish people camped there. But it's interesting that the grammar doesn't add up. It should say the Hebrew word Vayachanu in the plural, and they camped. Instead it says Vayichen, and he camped. Says the Orach Chaim HaKadosh, from here we learn that when we receive the Torah, it has to be in the singular. Ka'achadim, as one nation. Ki'ish echad b'leiv echad. When we are like one unified unit. That's the only way we can receive the Torah, is when there's unity between us. If not, then yipared hachavila. In that case, the whole thing falls apart. There has to be love and unity and appreciation between each other. Unlike the students of Rabbi Akiva, who did not respect each other, we have to respect each other's knowledge and learn from each other. And to sum this all up, says the Chidah, Rav Chaim Yosef David Azulai, in one of his 71 books, the Leiv David, he explains that in every single Chag, there's a spiral effect in time. And therefore, we can go and tap into the amazing light. We can tap into the amazing experience that was Sinai when we received it on that first year as a nation. We can tap into those orot, into those lights, and we can receive that incredible Torah. Just like when we camp together, says the Chidah, we camp together, ki ish echad belev echad, as one man with one heart, with the unity of an entire nation together, unified together. And he said that actually an amazing thing, that camping, that achdut between us, actually took away the contamination of the Jewish people. When we came out of Egypt, we were on the 49th level of tumah, of impurity. How were we going to get out of that? How are we going to receive the Torah? It's the unity that did that. So my dear friends, in receiving the Torah this Shavuot, if we work on our passion and motivation, if we work on our humility, and if we work on our unity, we will please God, each and every one of us, get an amazing receiving of the Torah.